G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel Bonsai Works. I'm David. I've got a different kind of video to show you today. This is something I've never tried on a black pine. I never tried ever on a black pine, and that's trying to air layer. Now, I've been reading up, and some people say try in early summer. In Melbourne, it's probably late spring now. I'm going to give it a go. The other thing is pick kind of strong growth. Strong youngish growth. On this black pine, it's quite a nice old tree from a trunk perspective, but it's got this very long branch from starts about here, and it's quite long. It's got lots of foliage, foliage in it, everything. But I was going to always remove it, so instead of removing it, I'm going to try and air layer it. First time ever I'm trying this, so I'm going to just go with my technique the way I know it. I think this is all about timing. Timing in terms of doing it in late spring, early summer, and trying to let it grow roots in over summer, which is when it really puts out growth, black pines. I'm not going to decandle this tree. I'm just going to let it grow. Don't want to disturb anything like that in December doing some decandling. Don't do that. So I'm just going to keep it growing. I've been feeding this tree quite heavily. Every spring you see the long candles on it. Nice healthy tree. I'm going to give it air. I'm just going to do the same technique I always do. I'm going to ring bark the branch where I want to do it. I'm going to put it pretty close to the trunk. It's very hard to see with all this foliage, but there's actually two branches. There's a branch here. I'm going to do it there, try and create a twin trunk of some sort. Hopefully in the future, something interesting there. I'll put the actual ring bark where the two trunks are, just below it, and take off pretty much most of that cambium off that black pine. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got my sphagnum moss ready, I've got my plastic bag ready, got my wire ready that I've tightened up. I don't have any more rooting hormone, but as I said to you before, I don't think LAs need rooting hormone. You can, if you've got it, you got it. You might as well give it a go if you want to. But I'm going to ring bark this, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like, and then we'll do the step-by-step process. This time of year, late spring, sometimes I would look at defoliation of my maples. Now, it's too early for me to do that because I'm doing a lot of cutback on my maples. I'm trying to encourage a lot more growth on them. So I'm cutting back, trimming. It'll get to a point where it slows down all the new growth. I'm getting so much new growth on my tridents that it's slowing down a little. I mean, so much new growth on the tridents that defoliate now will stop that excessive more branch growth, which is what I'm trying to do, encourage branch growth, more branches. And then once that slows down towards early summer, it'll start to slow down a little bit. That's when I'll defoliate. It's just too early for me to do that in Melbourne at the moment, which is mid-November. So just a bit too early for me to defoliate. But that's the next job I want to do in coming up into summer. But anyway, I just want to make sure you knew that because I like to do things in timing here in Melbourne. So people, I know this is more for Melbourne people, I guess, or an Australian people, but yeah, just show you what timing's all about. Anyway, coming back to it, I'm going to air layer that guy now, and we'll see what it looks like. So you guys can see that. Ring barked it. Just use a sharp knife, go around this way all the way around, go around that way all the way around, and then you start to peel it off. I just put a line through it like that and then just peel it off. It's pretty easy, nice and healthy. I can feel the sap on it a little bit too. Growing really well. Nice large, kind of really large gap. It's much thicker than this trunk, so I don't want it to heal over. So when this calluses, I don't want it to heal over to there. That's why there's such a large gap. So this will callus and should shoot out roots rather than trying to heal all the way to there. That's the plan anyway. So I've got a very long branch. It's a really long branch, and we're going to do that. Now I'm just going to put a bag around it, put some sphagnum moss in it, and off we go. I'll just do a time lapse on it because you guys have seen many LA videos of mine. It's the same technique over and over again, and just go through it. Thanks guys. So guys, that's pretty quick, even though in the time lapse. Nice big huge root ball that I've given it, like nice, probably my hands I can wrap around it. I think that's about big, that's pretty big. I don't know, let's try it. I mean, I'm always the one, I always like to try and experiment and show you guys. I don't know what the results are going to be at the timing of this video, but I'm hoping in 3 months time we can check it and see if it's got roots. I'm hoping it will set its roots before autumn, as I'd like to take it off before then. But other than that, let's just give it a go. It's always fun to give it a go, and if it works, there you go, guys. You got proof that, you know, or it doesn't work, then you got proof as well. But I did the best I can. I gave it the biggest distance of ring barking. I just didn't put rooting hormone on it. I don't know if that makes a difference. I got a branch that's really nice and vigorously growing. Lots of huge candles on it. Great for growth. You know, I've done what I can. It's a youngish branch, so I ticked all those boxes. Nice and clean. Big root ball as well, so it stays nice and moist. Let's try it. I've tried everything, and we'll see if it works. Now, aftercare, I don't mind really. Black pines love the sun. This is nicely protected. The black actually absorbs the heat. Warms this up, and it should encourage root growth. That's the point of having the black wrapping around it. But other than that, guys, that's really it. I'm just going to put it back where it belongs in the garden. Nothing special. It does get a lot of sun during the day, I guess. Nothing unusual there. Just back to where it was. All right, guys, let's check back in a few months' time and see what happens. So at the moment, it's mid-November in Melbourne. So mid-November in Melbourne. That's the timing. Let's see if that works. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.